It makes sense about how you mentioned using fuel additives like on the hotshot truck and using less DEF because the system's all tied together. So the more that I'm loading the DPF, the more DEF fluid I'm going to use, or the less I load it, the less DEF fluid I'm going to use, and how it all works together. Where like kind of in my mind, I used to think about them separately. I used to think about DEF separately from EGR, from the DEF, DPF, all that kind of stuff, but how it all ties together. Now, the next thing I think about is the crystallization you talked about and how easy that can happen or quickly it can happen. And what if I have some of these issues? What if I have one of those codes or a series of those codes that you mentioned earlier? How do I use this product to clean up the DF, like the tank, the lines, like every part of that system? How does it work?
So, just like we talked about with how the urea gets vaporized into an ammonia, at the rate at which it happens, if you start to have crystallization buildup, then you've really kind of altered uh, the potency of that DEF, and you can degrade it because now it's not at a good concentration level. So, preventatively, by adding a product like this, and one of the things that we do with our Defender product here is it has a, I don't even know if I'm allowed to say this. I might tell you something that is proprietary, but I'll say it. I don't care. We put our science out there. It's a way to break up the surface tension of that actual chemical. So with water and urea in there, what surface tension is if you take like a drop of water, let's say, and you put it on a table, and it sits there as like a ball of water. Surface tension is what's holding it from like flattening out and just kind of laying flat against the table. So the stronger the surface tension you have of something, if you drop a little drop of syrup, it's gonna make fun of me the way I said that, or honey has got a lot of surface tension, so it kind of wants to hold its form. Water is different as it goes down. Well, we actually have a chemical in there that reduces the surface tension of the water and urea in there. And what that allows it to do is be a more finely sprayed mist. Just like we do on the fuel side where we want real fine atomization. The finer that mist is of the injector where it's spraying the DEF, the better. The better, more efficient it burns and turns into the ammonia and has its chemical reaction. When you start to build up crystals in the system,